Embracing the unspoken truth. Beloved ones, welcome. Today I invite you to embark on a journey that transcends the ordinary, a journey into the very essence of our being. We live in a world that shrouds the natural, vibrant force of sex in layers of shame, confusion, and contradiction. Yet, sex is not merely an act confined to the physical. It is a dynamic expression of life, a sacred energy that pulses within us and connects us to the universe. In the next few moments, I wish to reveal the hard truth about sex, a truth that is as old as time and as fresh as the morning dew. Do not fear these revelations, for in embracing this truth, you open yourself to a profound transformation, a liberation that goes beyond social conventions and reaches the heart of existence itself. The nature of sex, a cosmic dance. Sex is a natural phenomenon, a cosmic dance of energies. It is not simply a biological imperative or a tool for procreation. It is a celebration of the divine spark within us. When we engage in intimacy, we are not merely uniting bodies, but merging energies, merging souls, and touching upon the infinite. In every caress and every passionate glance, there is a silent symphony that speaks of the eternal. This is not a message to be hidden or suppressed. It is a call to awaken to the beauty and mystery of our own nature. Throughout the ages, many have attempted to mystify sex, transforming it into something forbidden or tainted. But I say to you, there is no impurity in a pure, honest encounter between two beings. When we free ourselves from the burden of societal guilt, we step into a realm where sex becomes a meditation, a practice that unites the physical with the spiritual, the transient with the eternal. Sex as a gateway to self-discovery. Often, sex is seen as an end in itself, a fleeting pleasure. However, I invite you to see it as a doorway, a passage into deeper self-awareness. Through sex, we discover layers of our personality, our desires, our fears, and our dreams. It is a mirror reflecting our innermost truths. When you surrender to the experience fully and without pretense, you allow yourself to explore dimensions of your identity that are usually hidden away. This exploration is not merely about physical gratification. It is about knowing oneself in the entirety of one's being. Consider the moments when intimacy brings you to a state of surrender, a state where the boundaries between I and you dissolve. In those moments, you encounter a reality beyond duality, a reality that speaks of unity, of oneness. This is the potential of sex when it is embraced as a path to self-realization. It is a journey into the depths of love and understanding, a journey that leads you to meet yourself, not as a separate entity, but as an inseparable part of the cosmic whole. The courage to speak the truth. I must speak plainly now, without adornment or pretense. Society has long imposed restrictions on our natural impulses. Many of you have been taught to view sex with suspicion, to regard it as something to be hidden behind closed doors, something shameful. This cultural programming is a form of control, a means by which the natural power of sex is tamed and repressed. But how can we expect to live fully, to be in touch with our true selves, if we deny such a fundamental aspect of life? The truth is that when you repress sex, you also repress a vital source of creative energy. Creativity flows from the same wellspring as passion. The vibrant energy that fuels your artistic endeavors, your innovations, your ability to love and to be loved is the same energy that animates your sexual life. By denying it, you rob yourself of a profound source of vitality. In contrast, by embracing it openly and honestly, you awaken a force within you that is both transformative and liberating. Breaking the chains of guilt and shame. One of the greatest challenges in our journey towards self-realization is overcoming the chains of guilt and shame that society has forged around sex. These feelings do not arise from the act itself, but from the negative messages we have absorbed over centuries. Religion, tradition, and social norms have all contributed to a narrative that portrays sex as dangerous, sinful, or degrading. Yet, when you look at the natural world, you see that sexuality is a fundamental expression of life. From the simplest organisms to the most complex beings, the act of creation is intertwined with the act of love. It is time to question these inherited narratives. Ask yourself, who has the authority to decide what is sacred and what is profane? When you examine your own heart, you will find that the true sacredness lies not in external prohibitions, but in the authenticity of your experience. Let go of the guilt, release the shame, and allow yourself to experience sex as it truly is, a natural, beautiful, and powerful force for creation and connection. Sex and the art of living fully. When we begin to see sex in its proper light, we realize that it is an art, a practice that teaches us to live fully and authentically. Just as an artist uses colors and textures to create a masterpiece, so too do we use our bodies and emotions to paint the canvas of our lives. Every intimate encounter can become a sacred ritual, a celebration of life's abundant beauty. In this perspective, sex is not something to be rushed or taken lightly. It is an art form that requires mindfulness, presence, and respect. Engage in sex as if you were experiencing it for the first time, every time. Allow the sensations to wash over you, to ground you in the present moment. This mindful approach transforms sex into a form of meditation, a practice that brings you closer to your true self. In the throes of intimacy, as you merge with another soul, you have the opportunity to experience the highest form of presence. This is not merely physical pleasure, it is a deep, transformative communion that has the power to heal and to inspire. The power of vulnerability and authenticity. One of the most profound lessons that sex can teach us is the power of vulnerability. To be truly intimate, you must be willing to lower your defenses and reveal the depths of your being. This act of vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength that comes from embracing your authentic self. In a world where masks and pretenses are the norm, showing your true face is an act of courage. It is in this openness that real connection is born. When you allow yourself to be seen, not just as a body but as a soul, you invite a deeper connection with your partner. This connection transcends physical boundaries and reaches into the realm of spirit. True intimacy requires honesty, a willingness to share not only your joys but also your fears, your sorrows, and your dreams. In this honest exchange, you create a space where love can flourish, where both partners are free to explore and express their true selves without judgment or constraint. Beyond the physical, the spiritual dimensions of sex. Let us delve deeper into the spiritual dimensions of sex. Many have argued that spirituality and sexuality are mutually exclusive, that the sacred must be pure and untouched by carnal desire. I challenge this notion. Spirituality is not about denying the body or its desires. It is about embracing the entirety of your being. The body is a temple, and sex is one of its most vibrant offerings. Sex, when experienced with mindfulness and respect, can be a path to transcendence. It can be a practice that elevates you from the mundane to the sublime. Every touch, every breath shared between lovers is an invitation to enter a higher state of consciousness, a state where you feel the interconnectedness of all life. In these moments, you realize that the boundaries between the self and the other blur, and you become aware of a universal energy that flows through everything. This is the truth that many fear to acknowledge. Sex is not the enemy of spirituality. On the contrary, it is a gateway to a deeper understanding of who you are. When you integrate the physical and the spiritual, you discover that every act of intimacy is an act of worship, a celebration of life itself. It is in these sacred unions that you can touch the divine, that you can experience the ecstasy of unity with the cosmos. The role of consent and mutual respect. In our exploration of sex, it is imperative to acknowledge that with great power comes great responsibility. True freedom in sexual expression does not mean disregarding the needs, desires, and boundaries of others. It means engaging in intimacy with full awareness and mutual respect. Consent is not a mere formality. It is the foundation of any authentic connection. Every encounter must be grounded in an honest, heartfelt exchange where both parties are fully present and willing. In a society that often equates power with control, the most revolutionary act is to honor the freedom of the other. Understand that sex is a dialogue, a conversation in which every word, every gesture carries meaning. When you approach intimacy with sensitivity and care, you create a space where trust and love can blossom. This is the essence of true sexual freedom, the ability to love and be loved without the burden of domination or submission, without the shackles of possessiveness or entitlement. Healing and transformation through sexual energy. There is a healing power in embracing sexual energy as a force for transformation. Many of you may have experienced wounds, traumas, or disappointments in your past relationships. These experiences can leave scars that inhibit your ability to fully embrace intimacy. Yet, within the heart of every wound lies the potential for profound healing. Sexual energy, when directed consciously, can be a potent force that revitalizes not only the body, but also the spirit. Imagine your sexual energy embracing diversity in sexual expression. In the tapestry of life, every thread is unique, and so too is every expression of sexuality. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to love and intimacy. Each person carries a unique blend of desires, fantasies, and truths that must be honored. Whether you identify as heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, or any other orientation, your experience of sex is valid and sacred. Do not allow narrow-minded definitions or outdated doctrines to confine you. Celebrate your individuality and respect the uniqueness of others. Sexual diversity is not a threat to social order. It is a celebration of life's myriad expressions. Every encounter, every love story is a testament to the infinite ways in which the human spirit can express itself. Embrace your own truth, and in doing so, inspire others to do the same. When we honor the diversity of sexual expression, we contribute to a more compassionate and enlightened world, one where love is not bound by labels or limitations, but is free to flourish in all its forms. The responsibility of freedom. As you awaken to the true nature of sex, remember that freedom is a double-edged sword. With the liberation of desire comes the responsibility to navigate its power wisely. This is not a license for recklessness or self-indulgence. It is an invitation to engage with life in a conscious and deliberate manner. Every choice you make in the realm of intimacy reflects your inner state. When you act from a place of awareness, you honor not only your own being but also the interconnectedness of all life. Take responsibility for your pleasure and extend that responsibility to your partner. In the sacred space of intimacy, every act of kindness, every moment of tenderness becomes a stepping stone on the path to higher consciousness. In this dance of energies, you are both the dancer and the choreographer, crafting a performance that is uniquely your own. It is a journey of self-mastery, where you learn to balance the wild, passionate currents of desire with the serene depths of inner wisdom, integrating sexual energy into daily life. The transformative power of sex does not have to be confined to the bedroom. Its energy can permeate every aspect of your life, infusing your everyday actions with creativity and joy. When you learn to channel your sexual energy consciously, you discover that it is not separate from your work, your art, or your relationships. Instead, it becomes a vital force that fuels every endeavor. Practice the art of living fully by bringing mindfulness into every moment. Let the awareness you cultivate in intimate moments extend to your daily life. Whether you are engaged in creative work, nurturing relationships, or simply experiencing the beauty of the world around you, let the energy of life flow through you unimpeded. In this way, sex becomes not just an isolated act, but an integral part of your spiritual journey, a journey that leads you to live with passion, purpose, and profound fulfillment. Conclusion: a call to awaken. My dear friends, the truth about sex is both simple and profound. It is a natural, sacred expression of life, a force that, when embraced with courage and authenticity, can transform not only your intimate relationships, but the very essence of your being. Let us cast aside the outdated notions of shame and repression, and instead celebrate the vibrant energy that animates us. In this era of rapid change, where many cling to old paradigms and outdated beliefs, dare to be different. Dare to see sex for what it truly is, a gateway to self-discovery, healing, and spiritual awakening. Embrace it as a powerful tool for transformation, a force that, when used consciously, can help you unlock the deepest mysteries of your own heart. As you leave this moment of reflection, I invite you to become an active participant in your own liberation. Practice honesty, vulnerability, and mindfulness in every encounter. Allow your sexual energy to flow freely, unburdened by guilt or shame, and watch as it transforms your life from the inside out. Remember that in the embrace of true intimacy, you are not alone. You are part of a cosmic dance that unites all of creation. Let this be your call to awaken, a call to live without fear, to love without limits, and to celebrate the sacred art of sex as a path to deeper understanding and boundless joy. May your journey be filled with light, and may every moment of intimacy lead you closer to the eternal truth that resides within you. Thank you for listening with an open heart. May you go forth liberated and empowered to create a life of passion, authenticity, and infinite love.